Greetings, everyone. I hope you've had another productive week. The purpose of this week's video is threefold, kind of as has been in past practice anyway. First thing I'd like to do is visit with you briefly about our work this last week on our assignment forum on learners with physical disabilities and other health impairments. Second thing I'd like to talk about is briefly about this next week's assignment forum on learners with special abilities and talents. And then third, I want to spend just some time, one more time anyway, reminding you to kind of continue thinking ahead about some important written assignments that we have that are due in order to complete this course. It seems hard to believe, but we've only got a couple of weeks left in the semester, and of course some of you probably would wish this day would have come much sooner anyway, but we've got a few things that we need to complete yet, and I just want to outline for you the specific activities that we have remaining in the course. Okay, first of all, let's get back to this last week's assignment forum just a little bit, our work on learners with physical disabilities and other health impairments. The vast majority of you did some very good work on this assignment. I continue to be very pleased with your reports, the detail that you've put into your reports, and your replies to one another on the discussion boards. In almost every case, your reports have been very detailed, and it seems to me that you're picking up, particularly this week, some important information about learners with physical disabilities and other health impairments. Your replies to one another in your posts really continue to be very sensitive in nature, responsive to your classmates, and in many cases have kind of helped expand our thinking. Also, thank you to all of you who are sharing your personal experiences. That really helps with our learning together. Make sure that, again, as I've said before, that as you think about the conditions and disabilities we study each week, that you think back to other conditions and disabilities we've studied and think about similarities, differences in the needs of learners with those particular conditions, but also specific ways that will impact teaching and strategies that you might be able to use that are common to a number of the different kinds of disabilities and conditions that we've been studying. Please, as usual, make sure you take a look at my general feedback comments, and I'll post those into the feedback link by Friday, hopefully, of this week, as well as any individualized comments I may make to you in the Grade Center. Again, I hope that this information will help you to clarify things and to expand your learning. And as always, let me know if you have questions about anything I've said that may be confusing to you or anything you'd like me to elaborate upon. Okay, enough said about this last week. Second thing I wanted to talk with you about is this next week's assignment. Please note that we're going to be reading and studying about learners with special abilities and talents. Yes, learners with special abilities and talents certainly have some very important needs, and they can be considered exceptionalities in a lot of cases. We don't want to ignore these learners. Unfortunately, schools with tight budgets sometimes we have some difficulty in really trying to meet all of the specific needs of these learners. But again, as you think about the needs of these learners, think about what you might find in common with some of the other conditions that we've been studying within or throughout this semester anyway. This is really the last of our assignments on specific learning conditions. And so make sure, again, that you take a look at the assignment alternatives that are open to you and choose the one that best fits you. I think I've learned in this course that I'll probably change the order around the next time we get into this because many people are choosing the first alternative, which is the kind of response to a number of questions, and that's okay. But I just want to provide that some options for you in terms of differentiate for you in terms of your own interests. Okay, third thing I wanted to talk with you about is that remember, as I've said earlier, the semester is coming to a rapid close. Don't forget, graduate students, about the graduate lesson plan assignment that's due on Friday, April 29th. The instructions, the rubric, and the link for submitting your assignment are all included in that specific button on the graduate lesson plan assignment in Blackboard. Let me know if you have questions. And then finally, everyone, remember that the RTI brochure is due to me on Monday, May 2nd. Again, the instructions for this assignment are pretty, hopefully clearly enough outlined for you in the button on RTI assignment, as well as the rubric to kind of explain the expectations for the assignment and the link for submitting that assignment to me. Please note that this is a two-part assignment. I just mentioned your first task, which is to conduct or construct anyway a brochure on response to intervention, and that brochure is to be submitted to me in the link that's provided in the button that I just mentioned. But also notice that on the discussion board there's a second part to this assignment. I want you to summarize what you've learned by doing this RTI assignment and how you're going to put that into your practice. And so that's a small report, or not a small report, a shorter report anyway, that's due on the discussion board. So remember, there's two parts to that assignment: your RTI brochure plus a submission to the discussion board, and both of those are due by Monday, May 2nd. Okay, I have a couple of other things that will happen after that assignment has been posted on May 2nd. I've got one last discussion board thing that I'd like you to consider, where I'll ask you to kind of talk about what you've learned in this course and to give us some feedback. And also, hopefully, within the next week, I'll have a link up on our Blackboard site to encourage you to do a formal evaluation of the course so that we can consider your feedback and make changes the next time we do this. Okay, as always, let me know if you have questions or comments about anything related to this course, or if I can be of help to you in any way. Have a great week, everyone.